Had our first kiss, I want to die. My girlfriend and I had our first kiss today. It was so awkward. I tried to approach, she froze because she was nervous ASF. I calmed her down and then she tried to approach and someone knocked on the door and we both froze. I came back after attending the door and tried again. This time I fucked up. Approached with an open mouth like a damn fish. She said, "What are we doing?" We exhaled into each other's mouths. Then her dad called her, she said, "Next time," and left. I am dying of embarrassment. What do I do? She'll be here tonight. Do I try again? Anyone got any tips? I'm sorry you had to read through that, but a brother needs help. Update. Finally got the time to write this out. She called but didn't want to visit last night. That scared me because I thought that we might be done. We talked for a few minutes and I gathered enough courage to ask her. She was almost crying because she thought it was her nervousness that messed up the kiss and that I must be disgusted by her now. I followed some of your guys' advices and talked to her about how it's our first time and it's okay. I told her that we will get better with practice. I told her what I liked about it and what I didn't. I asked her to do the same and she really appreciated that. This morning she was calm enough to meet me face to face, so we met in the cafeteria. We both felt shy at first, we held hands and just enjoyed our food for a while. We talked a bit more about yesterday and she didn't sound completely okay because one of her friends had told her that her first kiss was perfect. I showed her your comments. That eased her a lot. Thank you. We found a private spot near the cafeteria. We didn't kiss but we just hugged for a few minutes. It felt better than anything. I think that's what we're going to do now. We'll take it slow and hopefully with time, we can laugh about this just as much as you guys. Thank you for the help. You're experimenting, it's okay if it's messy and awkward. When it'll be time for sex, it'll probably be worse. Relax. Don't try to make it perfect or magical. Do what feels right, and if it doesn't work, or if she doesn't seem to like it, try something different. Intimacy isn't a performance. You don't know what you're doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. Neither of you know what you like or what the other likes. Except that it's something new that'll take some time to learn. Dude, sucking at something is the first step towards being sorta good at something. Jake the dog. You're not gonna get good at kissing until you suck at it, first. Why do we fall you, Wolfavok, so we can learn to pick ourselves up? Kissing is a strange ritual, but instances like this are relatively rare, since it is usually in both parties' interests, and awkwardness can be avoided. Perhaps she isn't ready. Talk to her next time, or perhaps over the phone. Text if you feel too awkward in person, not blaming you. Tell her you hope she can see past the moment, and that you're sorry for assuming she was ready. She'll really appreciate that. My first kiss was horrendous. It was super cringe-worthy. Yet I look back and laugh. Get some alone time, have a good laugh about it together, and first thing try again to move past it. It's one of those intimate things that you need to become familiar with each other with and that takes practice. It's not a true first kiss if it isn't awkward. Just saying. You could just ask, "Can I kiss you?" I think it's really cute when guys ask me that. Then it's not as weird because you both are on the same page. Good luck. Now husband cheated on me while we were engaged. With multiple people. Just found out. My husband and I were just married in January. I just got a phone call from a girl that he slept with and took on multiple dates while he worked out of town. She sent me proof of their conversations. And that he took another girl on a date and slept with her as well. They even have video proof of them being together. And him going to her house. All of this happened last summer, while we were engaged. I do not know what to do. Or how to go about this. We are supposed to be moving together to another city while I start my master's program. This sucks and I feel like I made a huge mistake. Get the lawyer before you even tell him you know, so you're a step ahead. Transfer any of your money that was exclusively yours in joint ACCTS into a side ACCT. You didn't make a mistake you didn't know. I am really sorry this happened. I'm in Texas. My marriage was less than a year. It wasn't until after we were married that I found out he did it while engaged. Then while pregnant, and I still wanted to make it work. It wasn't until after my kiddo was born that he did it again. Get the divorce now. Don't wait. Lawyer up and seek an annulment. Sorry this has happened to you. The only good news is that you found out before kids, mortgage, and other life commitments. This is not your fault, you were deceived. Hire a lawyer and take care of business. Wow. This is hard. There is not much you can do except swallow it and move on, hurt but not broken like a queen. Try to see the positive side of this. You found out before being pregnant by this monster. There are women who find out after 20 years of marriage with kids and stuff and have to break up in an age where it gonna gets hard to find the real love. The mistake would be forgiving and thinking he's worth salvaging. This was something done to you, a deception. You didn't make an error. Yes, it's awful going to make your life messy in the short term, but you know who he is and that you can correct it by moving on. You're very young, and you didn't invest years and have children and get heavily dependent on this person. It's awful now, but you'll be okay. Talk to a lawyer. GF proposed open relationship. I have lost confidence in our relationship now. I just cannot shake the feeling that she is not happy in our relationship and is staying with me out of guilt. And she said it was just something she wanted to try, but only if I agreed, and it was not a deal-breaker in any way. Somehow I just don't believe it. Even when we have sex, and we are having more sex ever since she brought it up and we agreed to not pursue it, I just feel like it's pity sex. I feel like I am just waiting for her to either bring it up again, or break up with me, although she has clearly told me that she will not bring it up again. Please help me out here. We have a very happy relationship outside of this one issue. More info. I am 29 male, she is 27 female, and we have been together for 1 year 4 months. We don't live together yet. How do you put it behind you and move forward? Edit, update. Thank you guys, I have decided to break up. I was confused, but now I know that's the best way to go. Thank you for helping me make up my mind. Trust your gut. I don't think I'd be able to move forward if a girlfriend brought this up. You're not out of line Tor being upset about it. Lol, it seems like this is the newest way to break up these days from what I see on this sub. Instead of saying someone is done with a relationship they are in, they ask to open the relationship, which essentially is having their cake and eating it as well. And that inevitably leads the other partner to write a Reddit post to get internet strangers to confirm their deepest feeling that the relationship is over and they need to say no. I don't mean to make light of your suffering, and it definitely does suck, but think about this from a third person's perspective. She is obviously settling right now, and eventually it will come out. Why do you want to be someone's less than ideal scenario? Edit. Wow, thanks for the gold internet stranger. It's shocking to me that more people don't realize that even asking to open up a relationship might be the end of the relationship. Can I have an open relationship is just the code that worthless people use to say, yeah, so I want to fuck other people. You can hang around though if you want to. Basically just shows a total lack of decency and respect for the partner, who they've already dumped, but just haven't bothered saying out loud. By making the relationship a thing of the past. Seuss of her to do so. Did you ask why did she have an idea to bring it up now and not 1 year and 4 months ago? Did she have someone in mind? Maybe because of her friends? My ex-GF cheated on me twice with a 55-year-old married man, should I tell his wife? My ex-GF, 25 female, of 7 years cheated on me, 27 male, with a married 55-year-old man. We'll call him Dan, she met at work. I eventually found out, and it shattered my world. I went into therapy, and still am, and basically had the worst months of my life. Fast forward a little later, we decided to give things another go. Things were going great until yesterday when we both contracted COVID. Ex-GF told me she was gonna stay at her own place for a night. She moved out when we first broke up. Ex-GF told me she was gonna come over in the evening. I decided to go out for a drive and surprise her at her place. I noticed the car of the man she cheated on me the first time in her driveway. I confront her, and she admits to sleeping with him. She later comes over and chooses to leave me and go back to the person she loves. I'm feeling all kinds of emotions right now, but most of all I feel angry and confused. I feel like a fool for not listening to all my friends and getting hurt again. But back to my title. I know the name of the Dan's wife and found her on Facebook. Do I tell her that Dan is cheating on her? Or is it none of my business? And #X200B. Too long did not read. My ex-GF cheated on me with a married man. I know the man's wife's name and found her on Facebook. Do I tell her that her husband is cheating on her? Tell his wife. I'd do it. She deserves to know. Proof before you do anything. Text messages, pictures, or else you look like a creep to her and her husband can gaslight her into you being unstable. I agree you should tell her, but make sure you have proof first. So sorry op. Yes, you should tell her. She deserves to make an informed decision about her marriage. Would you want to know? Both you and her needs to do an STI test as well because your ex and hers husband have endangered your health. I suggest you head over to Surviving Infidelity here on Reddit. For tips from many that been in your situation. Try to stay calm, work out, Speak to friends. Stay NC. Time will heal. And above all, remember this is not your fault. I would tell the wife. I mean he get to put his fingers on your pie and then continues to live with zero consequences. Your girlfriend is just as much at fault, but there isn't much you can do except break up and move on. Sometimes a little revenge is harmless and it helps soothe your emotions. The best thing to do is have some concrete evidence of what happened and then try to talk to her about it. The sudden words of a stranger may lead to a snap decision either way. Everything she's been worried about will click, or she may inadvertently push it away to keep herself safe. Either way, it's always your business to help people avoid being treated like that when you can, at least to me. I am so sorry this has happened to you, and wish you the absolute best.